Alright, so here's what my resupply looks like coming out of Helen. We had one hiker meal left. It's got a couple ramen, some potatoes, and some hot dogs I'm going to pack out and cook on the campfire. Hopefully tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow night. We'll see how wet the wood is. So snap peas, spinach, summer sausage, tuna for lunch. This is all like lunch stuff here. And then some goldfish and little jack links. Snack deals and some tropical trail mix. So with any luck, this will last me the next 6 days until I get to Franklin, North Carolina and resupply again. Good morning. Good, dropped off Unicoi Gap, and we got 2 big climbs today right off the bat. So about 1,000 up, 1,000 down ish, and then 1,200 up. You guys saw we stayed in Helen, or I stayed in Helen. Unicoi, no. What's the other town? Hiawassee is the other choice for hikers. I didn't stay there, but I have some history about Hiawassee I'm going to share, just because it's interesting. But I'll give that to you guys after the climb. Alright, made it up the first 1,000-foot climb of the day, top of Rocky Mountain. It's like a very brief stint of ridge walking, and then we're going down about 1,000 feet, and then up another 1,000 or 1,200, something like that. Pretty gnarly start to the day. This reminds me of Europe, although it'd be like 3,000 or 3,500 feet up and then down. So, but yeah, it was a good climb coming out of the gap there, and let's see how the next one is. So far, I do have my knee brace on. I forgot to show you guys what I bought. I'll just videotape it real quick later on. But so far, so good with the knee brace. I didn't have any pain coming up the mountain. But the real test is going to be going down, because that's when it's been the worst. I constantly have a runny nose out here when I'm climbing for some reason. And then when I'm editing videos, I'm sniffling in, and then I'm trying to edit it out because it's, not attractive or nice to watch. So anyways, I gotta be more mindful of that. I think at this point I'm just talking to myself. But beautiful day, a little windy, but the sun's out and it's nice to be back on trail. So we're in the, probably 1/3 of the way up on that second mountain, and came across this campsite. Big opening. Levels off quite a bit right here. You can fit a whole lot of people. So if you need a campsite for the night, probably shouldn't, but if you do, this is an option. There's water, which I think it might fill up. We're headed back up. And this is the Cheese Factory camping site. So that explains it. So we leveled off again, a little bit of ridge walking, headed to the top of Train Mountain, which I assume is there. But I don't know that for sure. It just kind of makes sense to me. 1.1 to the top, and then it should be pretty smooth sailing from there. Yep, that's Train Mountain. Last big one of the day. Let's get after it. All right, made it to the top and didn't even know I was at the top until I started coming down. Very narrow at the top, so it's not a place on top of Tray Mountain. It's not a place where you can really hang out. I mean, you can, but not many people are gonna fit there. Yeah, man, that hike was too easy. Windy up here. Kind of missing the fam today. Thursdays we met for lunch at a place called Clear Path, which is an organization for veterans that's situated at the old Fort Devens, which I believe is in Ayer, Massachusetts. They have a lot of things going on, assisting veterans, all types of different stuff. But on Thursday, they do a canteen style lunch that's free for all veterans. So my grandfather would go, my great aunt, whose husband was a Green Beret, who he passed sadly about 2 years ago now. My stepfather, who was in the Army, served in Vietnam. My mother, who volunteers there. So we'd all meet for lunch there on Thursdays. And after that, the last, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks or so, 4 or 5 weeks, me and my aunt, my great aunt, Loretta, we call her Mutzi. The French word for aunt is matant. I don't know if I said that correctly. But when my mother was a kid, she couldn't say matant. So she said Mutzi, and it's just one of those things where the name stuck. So my aunt Mutzi, great aunt, we would go to the casino, and it was fun. It was a good day, but obviously not there today, and won't be there for a while. But thinking about you guys, hope you had a good day. I know my aunt Mutzi couldn't go because she had a doctor's appointment, and my grandfather, my Pepe, he couldn't go because he's dealing with some medical stuff. So if you are the praying type, I wouldn't mind saying a prayer for my grandfather. That would be appreciated and welcomed. Good hiking day, besides the wind, but I'll take the wind over the rain for sure. I got either another 5 or 7 miles to go. I can't decide. When I get to the tent site that's about 5 miles away, I'll make the decision then on if I'll continue on or not. Ha! I know this trick. People pop up out of the woods. Foxholes. Bow and arrows. They steal the princess. But I have no princess to steal. And there's no archers. No swordsmen. No cavalry. That's disappointing. Guess it's just a stupid log across the trail. Got a sign here. There's something on Guthook about the swag of something. I can't remember. Here we go. Swag of the Blue Ridge. I don't know what that means. It ain't that dope. Maybe you gotta do like a swag walk when you come through here. Some of that natural swag out. Like you ain't been hiking 8 miles with a full kit coming out of town. It's all good. This is too easy. Yeah, it's worth a shot. It didn't pass me through to Katahdin. Stinking TV shows putting things in my head. So back about a mile, there was a water source. So I had a choice. Carry water for 0.9, right? Almost a mile. Or go 3 miles to a proper shelter with, I think, water close by. Well, I carried my water. Done for the day. There's one more mountain, I can't remember the name of it. It's the last 4,000 footer in Georgia that I have to go over. So that'll be first thing tomorrow morning. Besides that, I have no idea how the train's looking. But yeah, this is gonna be home for the night. I'm the only one here right now. I don't know if anyone else will come tonight. But it's a decent little tent site. It was 11.1 today. That was enough after a town day and a full kit with food. Good morning. Had a good night at the Addis tent site. Got about 10 miles today. Headed to the Plum Orchard Gap shelter. Or Plum Orchard shelter, one of the two. Looking at the topography, doesn't look too bad. We got one big climb this morning, right off the bat, about 1,000 feet, and then a couple of ups and downs. So it should be a pretty easy day overall. Definitely a lot easier than yesterday. Slept well. A little cool this morning, but the sun's out, so I'm sure it's going to warm up. There was talks of rain this evening or late this afternoon. I'm not sure. I should be set up in plenty of time, so be good to go either way. But yeah, looking forward to this hike this morning. Hoping there's some views at the top coming down off of that last big climb. Like I said earlier, there was little to no room on top of the mountain, so no place to hang out. So it'd be nice if there was a room up there, take the pack off, hang out for a little bit. Got plenty of time today. Like I said, only 10 miles. All right, time to get after it. We'll talk to you guys later. Looks like it's gonna be a nice view. I'll show you guys in real time. I could be wrong. Back into the green tunnel. I don't know if you can tell, but it's snowing a little bit, some flurries. In about a month or so, these green tunnels are going to be intense once the vegetation really comes back. I just ran into a gentleman on trail. I couldn't check my weather app last night, so I was wondering about today. There's a high chance of rain later in the afternoon, and he said that it had changed. I'm looking at about a 7% chance, but I was able to just get on my weather app. It says rain after 2, around 40% chance. So I'm sure we'll get a little bit. I don't think I'll be quite at my destination by then, so a little bit of rain to deal with today, more than likely, but it'll be alright. That must have been nasty. Alright, but 5 miles into my hike today. Came down to Dix Creek Gap, gonna have some lunch. Doing tortilla, summer sausage, some mayo, and some spinach. Chocolates. It's snowing! Again, today's been super bipolar. This is the heaviest snowfall that we've gotten. See my shirt. Looks like little balls. Little balls of snow. Supposed to rain around 2. I'd take this over rain. Got about a mile and a quarter or so to get to Plum Orchard Gap Shelter, which is where I believe I'm going to stay for the night. I'm going to reassess when I get there, but it's been a lot of ups today. It's harder than I thought it would be today. So I think, and this is where I plan to go. It's always nice to push out a little bit further, but not always necessary. So I'll check in with you guys when I get there. Cold night last night. Morning. Spent the night at Plum Orchard Gap. Probably about 20 people or so there. About a dozen or so in the shelter. And then probably half a dozen tents or so tented it. It was pretty cold. You saw the ice on top of my tent this morning. Slow rolled out of camp this morning. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning right now. I got 12.2 to Standing Indian Gap Shelter, or Standing Indian Shelter, I'm not sure which one. So I mean the longest I can also take me 6 hours. So that still puts me in camp around 4, set up, camp chores, dinner, all that stuff. So plenty of time. There's some weather coming in, as you can see. It's like it's going to be cold again tonight. It looks like it's going to be a good climb. Most of the day is walking uphill. It'll be about 2,000 feet higher than I camped last night, so it'll probably be a bit chillier. I didn't sleep in my puffy last night, but I might tonight, depending on the weather. But I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Hope you're enjoying your day. Yep. Time to do. Alright, I got a surprise for you guys today. Here we go. North Carolina, baby. One down, 13 to go. Morning. Morning. Pretty cold night last night. Last temperature I saw, the girl staying in the shelter said it was 22. That's probably around, I don't know, 6 or 7 p.m. So I'm sure I got in the teens. Woke up, water was frozen. We were all pretty cold. I think it was a good decision staying in that shelter rather than going another 4 to Stand Indian, which is about another 1,000 feet up. So I can only imagine how much colder it would have been up there. First night in the shelter wasn't too bad. Just kind of tucked myself into my sleeping bag as much as possible and tried not to move too much because I'm sure it's annoying for everybody in there. But we were all shifting quite a bit because it was so cold. I don't think anybody slept really well. One good climb today, and then it looks like a little bit of a roller coaster, some little ups and downs. So I've said this the last few days, but it doesn't look too bad. But the last couple of days have been. So I've been on trail about 10 days now, counting my zero, rocking my Hoka speed covers, and not a single person has asked me how fast I can run in my new shoes. Well, the answer to your 8-year-old self's question is wicked fast. Like, you're not going to catch me in recess. I'm going to tag everybody. Like a cheetah when I put these on.
That was on picture.
Repping home. So we're in the town of Franklin. Got a shuttle into the hotel yesterday. Linked up with my buddy Barry. He did a 00, and I decided to come into town, do laundry. All my stuff was wet from 2 days of snow and rain, so it ended up being a great move. Got my hiking partner back, so that's cool. We're at Outdoor 76.
It's getting a little crowded.
Already, huh? I mean, yeah, I'm like... Who said through hiking has to be hard? Franklin, North Carolina was another important Cherokee Indian town. At the time that they controlled it, it was called Nittawasi, or Center of Activity. This was an important and ancient town for the Cherokee Indians. They had a treaty in 1730 with European settlers, but lost control of the land in 1819, as we had previously talked about. Me and Barry took a walk down here to show you guys the mound, and this is all that remains from Nittawasi. At this point, the city owns this site, so it will never be developed. So Franklin sits at mile marker 110. Me and Barry got off at Deep Gap, which is mile marker 85. So we jumped forward into town and we're going back to Deep Gap. So we have probably another 3 days before we actually get to Franklin. I don't know that we'll come back into town, but a really cool hiker town, very supportive. Prior to COVID-19, they would have like a month-long bash activities going on mid-March to mid-April. Some of the activities were the through hiker chow down contest, or I don't think it was a contest actually. I think it was just an event. The hiker Hunger Games event. It looks like, from what I've seen in town, that is back this year in 2022, first time since 2019. Unfortunately, we're not going to be here for any of the events, but something to keep in mind for any of you through hiker hopefuls. Definitely town worth checking out.